Riga, Latvia. Hi, I'm Lori, a senior solo traveler, and I recently spent 2 days in Riga, Latvia. I'll share my 5 favorite places I visited, as well as my experience as a senior traveling solo. At the end of the video, I'll provide some tips and advice for anyone planning a visit. Here goes! Number 1, Freedom Square and Bastejkalna Park. Freedom Square is a symbolic monument to the people who fought and won freedom for Latvia. It is a striking monument in the center of Riga and is a central gathering point for important events honoring the country. The square sits in the middle of Bastejkalna Park, which is absolutely beautiful and has a main canal running through it. At one end is the Latvian Opera House, an historic structure built in 1863. In front of the Opera House is the celebrated Fountain of Nymph. The floral garden surrounding it made for some lovely pictures. On the banks of the canal near the Opera House is an elegant statue of a dancer and a monument to Mayor George Armistead and his wife and their dog. Armistead is an important figure in Latvian history and is credited with building the Art Nouveau District. I visited Riga in summertime and the park was in full bloom with several garden spaces and trees in full foliage. I truly enjoyed exploring this park where there were scenic spots everywhere you looked. Number 2, St. Peter's Church. Riga has numerous historical cathedrals and churches spread throughout the city. If you are going to select just one church to visit, I think St. Peter's is the best choice. There is a fee to enter and to take the elevator up to the top of the tower. The chapel is majestic with its central hall and arched ceilings. There are hallways on both sides that display some historical artifacts. It really is a stunning church. Although there is an elevator to the observation deck, you still have to climb stairs to the 3rd floor to board it. From the top, you have 360-degree views of the city and beyond. It is quite a spectacular view. You can see the wide Daugava River that flows through the city, other church steeples dotting the skyline, Freedom Square, and Bastejkalna Park. I think this is a great place to go at the beginning of a trip in order to get the lay of the land, so to speak. Number 3, Town Hall Square. Town Hall Square is a striking setting because it is flanked by the beautiful Town Hall building and the House of Blackheads. I know, Blackheads! It gets its name from the Brotherhood of Blackheads, an organization of unmarried merchants and ship owners. You can't enter the interior of the town hall, but the House of Blackheads is now a museum and you can tour through its amazing rooms. It's a landmark of Riga's old city and one of Latvia's most impressive buildings. It certainly made an impression on me. The House of the Blackheads was built in 1334 as a venue for public meetings and banquets. The building was destroyed by bombs in the Second World War, but was fully rebuilt in 1999. The outer facade features various architectural styles, which are certainly eye-catching. There is an entrance fee to tour the museum. I saved a few dollars as a senior. Here are some of the rooms I toured. There was also a wide terrace where you could step out and have great views of the Town Hall Square. In the center of the square is the statue of Roland, an historical figure associated with medieval trade and civil liberties. A few minutes' walk from Town Hall is the Riga Cathedral, which is another historic structure. I didn't pay to enter it because I had just been to St. Peter's, but my hotel was nearby, so I passed the cathedral numerous times. The surrounding area was always bustling since it seemed to be a gathering point for groups to meet up. Also near Town Hall Square are numerous cafes and restaurants, and in the summertime they all had outdoor cafes. This district is a great place to grab some food, especially if you want to sit outdoors in the summertime. Number 4, Art Nouveau District. The Art Nouveau architecture in Riga makes up roughly 1/3 of all the buildings in the center of Riga, so it has one of the highest concentrations of Art Nouveau architecture anywhere in the world. Most of the buildings date from the early 1900s. I took a fairly long walk from my hotel to what is considered the Art Nouveau district, where there is a concentration of spectacular examples. Here are some images that I took, which were all in a few block radius. One of the the reasons I travel is to see interesting architecture. I just love seeing the craftsmanship, creativity, and design, so this was one of my favorite places I visited in Riga. Number 5, Canal boat ride. I can never resist a boat ride in a new city because it gives you a different perspective on the town, parks, and buildings. I paid €20 to join a boat tour, and we cruised through what was once a moat of a fortress and is now a canal running through the park. We started in the middle of the canal, but eventually rode out into the Daugava River. It was a little choppier on the main river, but still a beautiful ride. From the river, we could see the National Library of Latvia's unusually shaped building. In the distance, the red Riga radio and TV tower, the statue of Daugava, which welcomes guests arriving by the sea, and many churches and other notable structures along the skyline. The boat eventually looped back into the other end of the canal, where we passed by some university buildings. So those are my 5 favorite places I visited. Riga is an easy walking city. With so many picturesque buildings, streets, and parks, it is easy to accumulate a lot of steps without realizing how far you have gone. There is good public transportation, but I didn't feel the need to use it. I should mention, though, that when I first arrived at the central bus station, I decided to pull my small roller bag to my hotel in the heart of the old city. Google Maps said it was only a 20-minute walk. This turned out to be a mistake. I had to carry my roller bag downstairs to the subway to get to the other side of a street, then haul them back up the stairs. Then I had to pull my bags on either cobblestone streets or pathetically narrow and bumpy sidewalks. I made it, but my roller bag was a little worse for the wear. Of course, it wouldn't have been a bad walk if I didn't have the roller bag. Also, I did visit the Central Market, which my research told me was a great place to go. However, I wasn't that thrilled. I guess it depends on your preferences. It's like a big farmer's market, so if you want to purchase some fresh fruit or shop for souvenirs, it definitely has what you need. However, I didn't find it to be a must-see destination. For solo travelers, I think you will find this city an absolute delight. It is easy to navigate, friendly, and not as expensive as some of the Scandinavian countries I visited on this trip. For senior travelers, just watch out for the uneven surfaces on the streets and sidewalks. Otherwise, it's a fabulous city with a concentration of sites in a relatively small area. If you have questions, feel free to ask in the comments section. Check out the Senior Solo Travel website and Facebook forum where you can interact with other travelers. I have left links to those sites as well as others from the Scandinavian and Baltic trip in the description below. And if you'd like to follow my senior and solo travel journeys, please like and subscribe. Next stop, Vilnius, Lithuania.